twagala ebintu okubituusa ku bantu omuli endokwa omuli ensigo n'ebintu ebirala bye tukozesa mu kuzaaza oba mu kunoonya ssente. Naye oluvannyuma lw'okulonda okwasembayo agambye baatuula ne cabinet ne basalawo
ne parliament
wamu era ne parliament ne bakkiriziganya nti ssente zijje zituukire ddala ku muntu asembayo agenda ozikozesa. Kumiruka.
We said that let all the people who want to engage in wealth creation in a parish join the circle of the parish.
Era ne bagamba nti abantu bonna abaagala mu kuteekawo ebyenfuna oba okubyenyigiramu bakole zi group ze twayita zissako kumiruka.
Then we send the money to them. They elect their own leaders and we send money not even to the leaders. The leaders only help in selecting who to receive on using some criteria.
Era ne bagamba nti ssente zino zijjize kumiruka n'obukulembeze babulonderawo bateekewo obukiiko ssente zibeerenga zijjaawo abantu abali mu SACCOs ezo babeerenga beerondera.
But the money comes direct to the borrower, to the beneficiary, not through even the leaders.
Naye nga ssente bwe ziba za kuweerezebwa omuntu agenda ozikozesa ye yennyini gwe zituukirako si bakulembeze kugamba nti katuwono oba oli nga beeronde.
And in more news, Kampala Central RCC Shafiq Nsubuga has advised veterans to join groups and associations so as to benefit from the government empowerment programs and development initiatives. This was during a meeting with veterans in Kampala ahead of the 39th Liberation Day celebrations.
Every 26th January, Uganda remembers the NRM Liberation Day when the NRA or NRM overthrew the Tito Okello government. Although this year's many celebrations were held in Mubende district, veterans in Kampala met at Freedom Square for the same celebrations. During the celebrations that were attended by veterans, the RCC Kampala Central Shafiq Nsubuga represented the Minister for Kampala Hajati Misa Kabanda.
Tujjukira Uganda ddi yafuna obwetwaze bwayo oba yava mikono emikyamu.
The veterans recorded the reason for their participation in the Bush guerrilla war.
Bebaza Katonda okuba nti no atukuumidde mu nsi yaffe. Ffe ng'abalwana okuleeta emirembe tuli basanyufu kuba nti ekitwalwanira weekiri Muzungu chaita accountability ntine mirembe ere gwanga lyonna liri wamu olw'obulungi bwa government gye twakola gye twaleeta.
Tatunulako omujasi wa government yaliko yagyerwanyisibwa ey'oboto ng'asala omukazi w'olubuto bamubuuza mulimu ki ne bawakanira ku muntu obuntu ali olubuto ne bamukuba ekiso omwana n'ayiika ebyenda ne biyiika wali omukazi n'afa naye nga talina kyamanyi ku byamuyeekera.
Lieutenant Colonel Michael Kafero, who doubles as their head, explains the Liberation Day celebrations.
Abavubuka muleke okukozesebwa mbasaba ekintu kimu nti mujjukire Uganda eno mwe mutaalaba nazaalibwa wano. Kolasi mu Uganda ku Hoima Road yali akoma Busunju. Ku Fort Battle Road kolasi yali akoma Mityana nga tabuukawo. Ogenda 40 Hoima simanyi ogenda Hoima simanyi genda bundi bujjo simanyi genda wa tewali kolasi nga akoma Busu akoma Mityana.
The RCC Kampala Shafiq Nsubuga promised that the government is to empower veterans through its programs for social and economic development.
Twalwanyisa abalabe abachambali bachamya Uganda katisazo tulina obulabe obwokugoba obwavu mu maka gaffe.
Twagala tusinkane president waffe tata waffe yatulera nga tuli bakadogo paka kakati ba veterans je bali ekisira je batuuka ne bayita ba veterans baleeta ba veterans babadde bayambi naye nga si ba veterans batuufu.
Era nga nkubiriza ba veterani okuva mu kwekomomma okuva mu kulera engalo entondo n'ebirala. Ne ŋŋamba naffe ng'abali mu office tubeere abantu abagenda okujjukira abaveterani ku mbeera zonna eziriwo olwaleero bakubiriza okuyingira government programs ne bakubiriza okubeera nti obulamu bw'ensiko babusigaza mu mwoyo ne bajje mu bulamu obwa civilian batandika okukola emirimu egibatwala mu maaso.
A section of NRM leaders in Luwero district have started offering guidance and assistance to selected learners ahead of the school reopening. They have donated items including scholastic materials. Take a look.
It is just 1 week to the official reopening of the calendar for primary and secondary schools. To ensure and aid timely reporting of learners, a section of NRM leaders in Chichusa sub-county in Luwero district have stepped in to offer necessary support.
We have had a back-to-school campaign for all the kids. We've given out books, school fees for various kids that don't have the capacity to do so.
To these leaders, the move is aiming at interesting and facilitating the easy stay of learners in schools.
Ayambako abazadde bambi abateesobola era mwebaza kubola batannaba kutuuka ku ntebe naye ebintu byatukoledde mukyala muto naye alumirirwa eggwanga.
Nze ntuusa okwebaza President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni Ssaabalwanyi w'eggwanga lino era ddala kituufu yalwana kubanga Ssaabalwanyi yalwana eggwanga lino era nkubiriza abantu bakozese security NRM gyerese bagigaggawaliremu.
However, these leaders are also vowing to ensure schools put into good use whatever resources accorded to them by government.
If you look at our schools, they've been left out. Teachers don't teach. The students don't have equipment. So I would make sure and encourage to go and look at those schools and see what the problem is, and we see how the government can intervene.
To the parents and beneficiaries, they are all grateful for this kind gesture.
Ndi musanyufu nnyo olwa gavumenti yaffe eno etuwadde eddembe ne security ne tusobola okuba nga buli muntu asobola okweyagalira mu nsi ye na buli kimu.
Njagala okumwebaza omukyalo yatukoze obulungi obutagambika mu ssaza lino bwe yaddukira eddwaliro lyaffe ery'Ekkoko n'alizimbira ebiyigo.
Is Nakaushi Brenda. I am from Kalagala Vocational Senior Secondary School. I thank Honorable Liz for giving us books, bags, pen and all. And I thank the government for giving us security, school, for giving us money, our elders.
Beautiful gesture right there. Now, Serere district leadership has moved to combat emerging and already existing school evils in the area, increasing cases of drug use, drug abuse, early marriages and domestic violence were beginning to get out of hand recently. And of course, speaking during the launch of Serere Run, State Minister for Fisheries Helen Adoa called on to the government to aid Serere and end youth challenges.
An early morning Saturday in Kagwara Town Council, Serere District. Youth and community members gather to raise awareness and take a stand against social vices. Drug abuse, early marriage, and domestic violence remain serious.
People have lost lives due to drug abuse. Some have been operated, more so the young mothers who get pregnant at the early age, at the age of 14. Some have been subjected to operations. Some have contracted AIDS, which is also a killer disease.
24-year-old Catherine Apucho only knew her mother, who is blind but not her father. She got married at 19. Imagining a better situation from her poverty-stricken family. She later regretted it.
Marriage is just harder than nothing. I've wished even getting married. It is even, I think it has even worsened the life before.
Her dilemma is not so different from that of Esther Akol. The 30-year-old mother of one also thought of marriage as the solution to her family's poverty. I wish I knew became part of her last statement.
The marriage was not so good. Problems were there, challenges. I couldn't bear it. So My husband was a drunko. He started drinking these things. You know these things when somebody took and that thing entered somebody's brain, that man will not be normal again. So the man will come back and attack you, slap you, whatever you say, the man is not happy with you.
A situation like this could be worsened by a husband whose youthful age has been consumed by drug abuse. 27-year-old Kedi Emmanuel is lucky that he found something to help him out of illegal consumption of drugs.
Being at work has really reduced it from me, and it has really made me not to do it. Because I have a lot of work. Full time I'm at my job.
So, the community in Serere district has come together for a special cause. The run was organized by the Serere district leadership and local community groups.
We have to say no to early marriages. We have to say no to domestic violence. There are so many women killing men in Serere. There are so many men killing women in Serere. The youth are fighting one another.
The holistic approach also promotes economic empowerment. Area Woman Member of Parliament Helen Adoa has taken the lead.
As a leader, it's not good for just to shout on them or sometimes talk against them in functions. The best is to call them and talk to. Let them change.
The Uganda Police Report of 2023 indicates that at least 14,681 cases of domestic violence were reported to police in 2023, compared to 17,698 cases reported in 2022. Also, dispute over family property, failure to provide for the family, drug and alcohol abuse, and cases of infidelity were some of the driving factors. Unfortunately, Serere district contributed to these statistics.
In a week we receive cases of gender domestic violence, 2 or 3 in a week. So and when you compare in a month, we can receive more than 60 cases.
Every 2 weeks or almost weekly, we have a problem in Serere. We have either some people have fought, a girl has been killed, the youth have fought one another, and just 3 days ago, the former LOC5 of Serere district buried his nephew, who was killed by a certain family that the boy wanted their sister.
The run against drug abuse, early marriage, and domestic violence in Serere district was a powerful statement of community solidarity and determination. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thank you so much, Henry Okrut, for that story. In more news, Dan Kananura, a procurement graduate, law student and consultant, has joined politics to contest for Kira municipality seat. A born of Chireku slum, Kananura claims to understand ghetto communities in Kira municipality.
As he prepares to contest against seasoned politician Ibrahim Semju, Kananura claims to have solutions for Kira municipality.
Very many reasons why I'm intending to contest as a member of parliament for Kira. But of course, I will not mention each and every reason at this particular moment due to some reasons of time, and maybe it's not the right time to do that. But the main or the giant factor here is we need to unblock Kira's pipes, transmission pipes of Kira between Kira constituency and the government. When I talk of maybe transmitting pipes, others may not get it very clear, but it's a very simple term to let everyone know or understand that Kira has been at a state whereby it needs some intervention.
Kira municipality in Wakiso district has challenges ranging from insecurity to unemployment.
So if we happen to get a chance and those pipes are unblocked, that's when Chira people will be able to touch on the national cake, of which they have been yearning for a long time. And it's actually one of our goals and wishes that people of Chira should at one day be happy and enjoy the fruits of this government.
Kira has an undeveloped social infrastructure challenges as its population grows, poor drainage and inadequate water.
I think I've got my manifesto, which is at hand, which we are yet to launch. And I may not go into details about the strategies to use here, because we have not yet launched it officially, and there are issues that you should discuss when you have competitors not in the camera at this right time.
The municipality has a significant youth population, many living in its slums.
The purpose of this meeting was to enlighten the people of Chira municipality, because whoever you see here is not from one village. These are different villages, there are different coordinators, different agents, well-wishers, citizens who have their pain at heart because of what they have been going through. Actually, I was requested to come and talk to them. I did not actually intend to stage a meeting in general, but it was their wish to talk to me. And within these consultations, we agreed on a variety of things, which we shall actually let you know when time comes.
Many residents, especially in marginalized communities, feel neglected, which has created a sense of political apathy and mistrust in government initiatives. Joseph Gorola, UBC News.
Sons of Professor Roy Rutanga have marked their academic milestone with an event held at Namgongo Hotel in a Kampala suburb celebrating their accomplishments in law, architecture and statistics. There was excitement as family, friends and well-wishers gathered to honor these celebrations and the graduates.
Professor Rutanga, an academic figure, expressed his gratitude and joy for his son's success, emphasizing the value of hard work and education. Professor Rutanga shared anecdotes about his son's academic journeys and their resilience in overcoming challenges.
My interest in taking the law is because I was interested in representation of the innocent, but not given a chance to prove their cases. We are looking at people who are vulnerable financially, physically, and not being able to represent themselves in courts of law. So I wanted to come in as a lawyer for the unprivileged, to provide not only free legal services, but the right legal services for the unprivileged.
The celebration featured lively entertainment, including music performances and culture dances.
I'm Rodney Saremwa. I did business statistics at Makerere University. I did business statistics because I want to make a change. First of all, business statistics is both a mathematical and an economics course, and it helps with forecasting and all. So with that knowledge, I really want to change this country and improve on everything.
The graduates shared their aspirations, with the law graduate aiming to champion justice, the architect envisioning sustainable designs, and the statistician aspiring to solve global data challenges.
I think from when I was a kid, I was so curious with art. I'm really good at art. I've been really good at art over the years, and after for a while I've been so inquisitive about knowing how these structures come up these days and seeing how to improve them, and also learn more about what makes this, what builds this infrastructure and development in the country. So I was sort of excited and interested in knowing that, pushed me forward. And also from when I was a kid, I liked dismantling things and bring them up. So yeah, I guess it started from there.
Joseph Golola, UBC News.
UBC News tonight. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with more news.
Many years ago, I walked the corridors of this incredible school for 6 years, and I'm glad to be back to Mengo Senior School to give out some school fees. Come with me. Wetwakubidde nti owangudde school fees wawulidde otya?
Nawulidde essanyu, naturally nawulidde essanyu ery'amaanyi, yali surprise y'amaanyi nga sikisuubira, ne ndowoozamu oba si bituufu naye nga really mukyala n'ayogera mu kisa nga kirabika bituufu.
Pay school fees with Momo right now.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
Looking for instant excitement? The Uganda National Lottery Spin for Cash game is now available online. Wherever you are, you can join the excitement for just 500, 1,000 and 2,000 Uganda shillings. Don't miss out. Register now on www.nationallottery.go.ug for a chance to win your share of 2 billion instantly. What are you waiting for? Play Spin for Cash now, anytime, anywhere. Ituba is the proud operator of the Uganda National Lottery.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Tukwaniriza awaka eri ebisanyusa. Eri Wi-Fi buli wamu. Eri speedi za internet eza waggulu. Eri obukuumi. Eri obuyambi obuli mu ddaala erisooka. Eri okwanguyirizibwa. Tukwaniriza awaka eri MTN Wakanet, intaneti ensukkulumu eri buli maka. Kyalira www.mtn.co.ug/wakanet. Tukwaniriza awaka nga tuli wamu tewali kitulema.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. We continue with religious leaders who have called upon parents to bless their children and appreciate their children's performance regardless of the results. Now, this was during the Thanksgiving ceremony of Olive School, Namugongo.
During a Thanksgiving ceremony at Olive School in Namugongo, Kira municipality religious leaders shared valuable insights targeting students and parents.
You live to accomplish your future studies and your future plans in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Namirembe Diocese Archdiaconal Education Coordinator Reverend Jackson Bwambale urged parents to appreciate and bless their children. He said parents' blessings endows a child with valuable gifts.
We as parents, we have a task to sit with our children, to pray for them, to teach them how to pray, and also to tell them to be with good manners, to be disciplined, because when you are disciplined, there is victory.
Reverend Jackson Wambale also encouraged the children to trust God's guidance.
But above all, remembering and trusting the Lord who has made them to perform the way they have performed.
The school administrators, director of Umbuya Parents and Olive School Namugongo addressed the challenges students face which can hinder their success.
Why many children again or sometimes don't perform? Because they listen to the spirit of fear. It's my prayer that you take all those values that they picked from Umbuya Parents School. One of them is hard work. Teach these children to value values.
Omwa Richard, the head teacher of Umbuya Parents Primary School in Ntinda, emphasized the importance of humanity and respect, urging students to always show reverence towards their parents.
Of self-management, then concentrate from day one so that you can sustain your performance. Most of our children excelled in Division 1, sat 236 candidates. 214 were in Division 1, registered 12 children, aggregate 4, 37 with aggregate 5, and want to bless the Lord for that performance.
Story compiled by John Towairi Proskovia for UBC News.
Officials at the National Curriculum Development Center want teachers to internalize the newly revised curriculum for advanced level students. This updated curriculum equips students with vocational skills and emphasizes subjects that are key for their future. Take a look.
The review of the national curriculum began in 2005, starting with lower education levels. This year, the revised curriculum has been expanded to A-level, integrating vocational studies to better align with the changing job market. During a engagement at Nalia Secondary School in Weyogerere, teachers expressed concerns about the insufficient training provided on the new curriculum.
The new curriculum has come at a time when schools are soon opening. We should embrace the fact that NCDC has done a good job, though most times it is not timely.
What we might actually look at is the lack of training, adequate training. Some people, or some of us, are lucky that we are in such schools.
George Sabavuma, an education expert and curriculum developer at NCDC, highlighted the importance of adapting teaching methods to meet the demands of this new approach.
We are at the level of policy making, but we are parents, and we are attending parents' meetings. We know what is going on, and for us we expected it. Because a number of us were sent outside the country to specifically learn how to manage change.
Dr. William Kayongo, a veteran educator with over 48 years of experience, noted that the Ministry of Education and Sports has been slow to implement the new curriculum. This delay is attributed to concerns about aligning it with national education standards.
The new curriculum tells the teacher to point somewhere for the learners and lets the learners discover what's beyond on their own.
Robin Ansanji, head teacher at Nalia Secondary School, emphasized the need for teachers to be well-versed in the new curriculum in order to properly prepare students for their future careers.
Because generations have changed, times have changed, the world is moving very fast. We cannot say as it was in the beginning. We have to move with the world. And I would advise the students, the parents, the teachers, and all stakeholders to embrace it. Yes, we can criticize positively so that we make it better. But
teachers have called on the NCDC to provide updated curriculum materials to help them better understand the subjects and teaching methods they will need to use.
We assume that if we had been given the content earlier, we would have prepared earlier. So the fact that the content is not yet available as adopted and aligned to prevent the obsolete work we used to have previously, it is also posing a challenge within so short a period of time.
It's quite unfortunate that before we've had knowledge or information circulating, calling it an abridged curriculum, but we've been enlightened by the NCDC person, and we've come to analyze and understand that actually it is the adaptive curriculum.
The revised A-level curriculum includes a range of subjects designed to provide students with the skills they need for the future. Joseph Muyingo compiled this report.
Now, UPC Party President Jimmy Akena has denied there is any pact between Ugandan People's Congress and the National Resistance Movement. Jimmy Akena told UBC's Daniel Mugwe that he has political interest in the 2026 presidential race, and Akena says that the cooperation with the NRM has entirely been through mutual respect but not formal agreement. The UPC president calls upon other political parties in Uganda to respect the constitution and rules governing the political space.
What do you bring on the table in 2026 manifesto?
2026 manifesto is going to be very interesting, but it's going to be a people-centered manifesto.
UPC President Jimmy Akena has reawakened the Uganda People's Congress eye to the country's leadership after President Yoweri Museveni. Akena has been a legislator for more than 10 years, representing the former Lira municipality and currently Lira City East.
And as UPC, we're definitely going to present our best foot forward on what we honestly believe.
Akena told UBC what sparked his thoughts and intentions to join the 2026 presidential race.
We need to be able to provide an opportunity for the rural child that they'll be able to succeed. And whether they fall sick, wherever they are, they'll be able to get the necessary treatment.
Angered by the slow pace of service delivery and inequalities in education services across the country, the UPC president offers himself as a support machine.
It's not something which has happened overnight, but has been gradual. And now you find in certain areas, you look for a top quality school which can take the young people to the next level, and you find that they're lacking. So it's not something which has happened quickly or suddenly. It has been a slow erosion, and gradually people have become adjusted to it, that these services are not available.
But this can only happen if the electorate believe in qualitative change and participation in the polls.
I really need the citizens to come out and vote, because it makes a big difference, and it also makes ensures that their voices can be heard and respected, especially if they come up in numbers.
Akena shares how UPC party has established structures through abiding by the existing legal framework governing the political space.
We have been trying to operate within the political space. We've been trying to respect as much as possible the requirements in that we write whenever we're having our gatherings, or we inform all relevant officers and try to be cooperative in how we handle it. But there's definitely more which needs to be done, and there's more which we need to do within the political parties to strengthen them. But it's not an easy process, in that the environment which you operate has been geared towards a very commercial type of politics and resources.
The UPC president disregards the purported cooperation agreement with the NRM party.
We reach some level of cooperation, but people try to make it as if there's a pact or something signed. There's nothing of the sort. There's nothing which you're going to hold me to saying I have broken an arrangement.
Was it a gentleman's agreement, Honorable Jim Akena?
Even if you're now putting a word agreement. No. It is, we found ways of how we can
work together through mutual respect.
Through mutual respect, without tying anyone to any issue.
Akena defends his wife, Betty Amongi, also gender minister in the ruling government. Betty Amongi, also Oyam South MP, wants to host Lira City MP Jen Ruth Acheng in the forthcoming general elections. This has since caused a heavy rift between the two cabinet ministers.
My wife has been serving as a minister in the government of Uganda. government of Uganda. I must stress that one. It is different from NRM as an entity. NRM is a political party. NRM at its current form dominates the parliament and maybe the political space. Hence, the government is being run by NRM, but it's a government of Uganda. I have remained in UPC. Betty has been in UPC. In every election, we have had NRM field candidates against us. We have competed against NRM candidates, and we have won, including in the last election where she was a minister contesting. NRM fielded a candidate. We still won. She won the seat, and then she was appointed again as a minister. So our being able to serve the country does not remove our rights to be able to compete for seats according to our own beliefs and in a party which we support. So definitely, Honorable Betty, we've made a decision that she's now going to come and contest in Lira City for the 2026 election. We have candidates who are going to, who are interested in her seat in Oyam South. Likewise, I have candidates who are interested in my seat of Lira City East, who are going to go through a process, and I'll support whoever holds the flag for the 2026 election.
So, could dialogue with the NRM party through iPod and other avenues have strengthened the political environment?
And it was my belief, and it still remains my belief, that if I can sit down with somebody and talk about some things, well, things of serious nature, where necessary, we can actually discuss much more complicated matters.
Jimmy Akena is aware of the electoral reforms being pursued by a section of political actors, but the UPC president questions the timing.
Changing things now will be very difficult to change. There will be procurement issues, there will be issues which will cause things offside. So the cycle or the process of electoral reforms, some of them which have been determined by court, where court has insisted that there should be certain reforms, have not been done. And each cycle they come late, and then we don't do them, and then we promise to do them next cycle. This is something which should have been done.
Akena, however, reveals how restoration of presidential term limits can be a starting point to address the political challenges in the country.
That was ways of restricting the long-term effects of a presidential system and a long-term president. In the case of Uganda, ours is extreme.
Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
Everybody!
We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with more news.
Government of Uganda presents Post Buses in Uganda, operated by Posta Uganda. We specialize in professional transport, courier and vehicle hire services across Uganda. Our routes include Kampala Masaka Mbarara Kabale Chisoro, Kampala Mukono Jinja Mbale via Tirinyi Road Soroti Lira, and Kampala Luwero Kamudini Gulu Kitgum. Our main offices are located at the Post Office Head Office on Kampala Road, with booking services available at counters 23 and 24 at the General Post Office. You can also book at designated district post offices along our routes. For inquiries or bookings, please contact us on 0751 684 184. Posta Uganda. We deliver trust.
It's our mission to secure your money.
Protecting your money is as important as earning it. It is for this reason that the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda, DPF, was established by the Government of Uganda to provide deposit protection to customers of regulated financial institutions. In the unlikely event that your commercial bank, credit institution or microfinance deposit-taking institution fails, the DPF will pay you up to 10 million Uganda shillings. Keep your personal information such as national identification number, mobile phone or an alternative bank account updated with your banker. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, contact DPF at Aha Towers, Plot 7 Lodell Road, Kampala. Call 0312-206-400 or visit our website at www.dpf.or.ug.
We protect your money. Protection Fund of Uganda.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In our sports stories, Uganda's national netball team, the She Cranes, has named the final squad that will represent the country at the 2025 Vitality Netball Nations Cup in England next month. After nearly a month of intensive training, coach Rashid Mobido, with assistance from Ruth Meme, has finalized the 13th player squad. Take a look. We're so sorry about the mishap, but in our business stories, a Step Up Standard Limited, a local organization, is continuing to engage young people through essay contests to understand renewable energy dynamics and how it can help to protect the environment. The Executive Director of Step Up Standard Limited, Dr. Sarah Namirembe, emphasized that young people need to be involved in renewable issues because they are the future generation. Take a look.
The 2024 call for renewable energy essay contest from Step Up Standard Limited attracted 47 participants from 7 schools. The participants were youth and secondary school students. The topic for the youth was, how can Uganda achieve sustainable food systems and what is the role of renewable energy? While for secondary schools was, how can transitioning to renewable energy enable Uganda to achieve sustainable development goals? Michael Samanya emerged winner in the youth category, while Leah Rogers won in the secondary category.
Yeah, I wrote down an essay and I came up with some of the 6 pillars that Uganda can use to ensure that it achieves sustainable food systems and also explaining the roles of renewables. So we looked at things like coming up with resilient crops that could be resilient to climate change. Then we also looked at the aspect of making sure that we make the food prices affordable to each and everyone, and also ensuring that the food that the people eat is of good quality, so enhancing on their diet, not just eating every type of food.
When you're doing something and you're benefiting from it, you become very enthusiastic, you're energized, right? And so this is a very good way to encourage young people to get involved in the energy sector. You know, raising awareness is the first step, because where there's a will, there is always a way. And so that is why we have to really be involved in these essays. And it would be very nice if more young people out there are, you know, getting such opportunities. They're doing it, yes, some are doing it to win the prizes, but in the course of doing that, they'll actually realize the pressing need to actually get directly involved in the issue.
The contestant was required to to show their understanding, their geographical understanding of Uganda, because the discussion was revolving around Uganda. So it also required one to understand food systems in the context of Uganda, because various communities and various nations might define it differently.
Stakeholders in the renewable energy sector underscored the need for young people to get involved in the renewable energy discussion because they have a stake in the future generation.
The discussion of clean energy is actually a very key thing for young people, because young people are going to be the ones right now who are suffering from non-clean energy, and they're the ones who are going to carry the burden of us using fossil fuels and what it does to the environment, what it does to their health. They're the ones who are going to suffer that impact, and what it does to climate, of course. So we need to bring them into the discussion so that we think of workable solutions together, and so that they're not just kind of hit with a problem that was happening right under their noses without their having a say about it. Yeah.
And from the international scene, the Kennedy clan is worrying again, this time over the release of the Fed's classified files on President John F. Kennedy's assassination. M1 has a detailed report.
Sir, we have an executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh?
When President Donald Trump announced an executive order to release the remaining government files in 3 of the country's most notorious assassinations, it immediately grabbed public attention and raised intrigue.
Everything will be revealed.
The announcement was the fulfillment of Trump's campaign promise, giving the public access to all the federal government files about the murders of President John F. Kennedy, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. in 1963, and Senator Robert F. Kennedy in 1968. Trump's new executive order does not immediately release the files, but gives the Director of the National Intelligence and Attorney General 15 days to present a plan to the President for the full and complete release of records relating to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The assassination of the 3 public figures in 5 years led many to question how they could all be killed by a lone gunman. Here at home, Zoe Ministries of Prophet Elvis Mbonyi recently talked of the revelation coming forth about the controversial files of JF Kennedy.
You're going to see certain revelations begin to come forth. Certain revelations begin to come forth. And it will be so intense and so controversial, and it will be about the assassination of Kennedy, John F. Kennedy. And the revelations that will, and the president will be all in for it, and it will be so all in that there's going to be, it's almost like a declassifying and then creating a lot of controversy and people beginning to wake up. And I knew why he did that. I knew that he was preempting something else.
So the last stack of documents on the killings of King and the Kennedys seemed to show new evidence of conspiracy, all more of a mystery.
And from the sports stories, Edgar's youth program has hosted its 2025 Children's League at Aga Khan Primary School in Kampala. John Barnes Sentinel has a detailed report.
Almost 21 years since the first ball was kicked to launch the Edgar's Youth Program, this weekend has witnessed the 2025 Children's League, at which more than 500 players took part. The tournament, played on the theme of Let's Compete and Be Friends Too, brought together teams named after the 8 Edgar's Youth Program centers around the country. These centers are Namugongo Girls Primary School, Komboni Missionaries, Chaliwajara, Mobs Nakawa, Old Kampala SS, Lubiri Nabagereka Primary School, Christ the King High School Weya, Seta Junior School, and the Aga Khan Education Services Uganda.
Today we are here for the Children's League of 2025 for Edgar's Youth Program, a day when we converge all the players and the parents who are involved in Edgar's Youth Program to come in and compete and make friends. So today we are here on a very good day where we come in to compete in our different centers, but also as a result, we mingle, we talk, we share, we get feedback from the parents and the players, and we always try to see how best we make the whole arrangement good for the kids to play football. So it's very important for us that this day happens.
The competition was in the key 7 age brackets of under 5, under 7, under 9, under 11, under 13, under 15, and under 17 was graced by one of Uganda's finest ever, Tony Maweje, as chief guest.
Football involvement in the country is so important. So this is the importance of such academies. When they start up, they help to turn into professional football players. They are really ready and they are really polished and ready for the meeting ahead of them.
The under 5 category trophy was shared. Old Kampala, Namgongo and Christ the King. Namgongo 1 beat others in the under 7. Namgongo 1 also won the under 17 category crown. Namgongo 2 was the best in under 11. Old Kampala won the 13th, with Christ the King triumphing amongst the under 15s. This year's edition, that had a large parents' engagement, witnessed several unique elements. Notable of these elements was naming of the 11 pitches after Edgar's Youth Program alumni, including Desem Kwala, Carl Martin, Saidi Mayanja, Shamira Naruja, Tibita Laban, and Ibrahim Mugurusi. The dedication of these pitches served as a source of inspiration to the young ones, highlighting the heights they can achieve with hard work and commitment.